And just as the military authorities are promising better operations devoid of human errors, the United Nations is asking the military to review its rules of engagement and ensure protection of civilians. Spokesperson of the UN Human Rights Office, Save Mangago, mentioned that Sunday's airstrike was the latest of at least 4 airstrikes that have sadly resulted in significant civilian fatalities since 2017. Mr. Magogo wants the authorities to thoroughly investigate all alleged violations of international human rights and international humanitarian law. He also emphasized that those found culpable should be brought to book. And this next report will bring you updates on some of the aerial bombings that happened in the past, which claimed the lives of innocent Nigerians across the country. Between September 2017 and 2023, over 425 persons, including children and women, were killed in air. And this is a timeline of these mishaps. In 2017, an IDP camp in Ran, Borno State, was mistakenly bombed, killing 52 people, injuring 120 others. In Borno also, a NAF jet bombed a Sakoto village, killing 17 people in 2020. 2 years after, in the Niger State, another NAF jet reportedly killed 6 children in Kurebe village, that's in Shiroro local government area, as well as in Kunkuna village in Katsina State, where 1 person died and 13 injured in error by fighter jets. In 2023, 37 persons, including 27 pastoralists, were killed after a bomb exploded at a boundary between Bedwe and Nasarawa. Then the latest, which is the high so far, with over 85 dead and over 66 injured in Tudunbiri, Kaduna State. The military drone erroneously hit a gathering of villagers who gathered for the annual Malud Festival. Governor of Kaduna State, Sani, is live from the state capital to shed more light on what the government is doing in ensuring that victims get justice. Mr. Governor, thank you for joining us on the news this evening. We hear that some injured people from the bombings are still being brought into the hospital today. You were at the community with the Vice President. What's your evaluation of the attack based on government's initial assessment?
Thank you for having me. First, as of now, we have about 86 people that have been killed because of the unfortunate incident. 76 were taken to the hospital in the last few days. Only yesterday, we lost 1 person again. So as of now, we have 75 people in the hospital. Who, like I said earlier, the Kaduna State government are looking after them. I'm also paying their hospital bills and also looking at their health. Of course, Mr. Vice President came in today presenting Mr. President himself. And what I can say is that as a government, like I said, when the incident happened, as a governor, I try as much as possible to find out what actually was responsible for the unfortunate incident. I spoke with the Chief of Defense Staff at that time, the Chief of Army Staff, and the Chief of the Air Staff. At the end of the day, I realized that it was the mistake by the Army, in particular, not the Air Force. And but after that, I called for probe an investigation into the incident, because similar incidents happens in the past, and we hope and have to ensure that this one should be the last one, because we cannot continue to allow innocent citizens losing their lives because of carelessness.
Indeed.
So, and of course, I'm happy Mr. President responded positively, first by initiating the investigation. That is number one. Number two, Mr. President also responded positively by also announcing that those affected, those that lost their lives, the families will be compensated, and those that are injured also will be compensated. Because he also assured us today through the Vice President, that that community will be rebuilt completely. That means houses will be built for them, hospital will be built. They will also have schools. That is what Mr. President promised.
Indeed, Governor. And we're looking forward to that government intervention. But you mentioned that the number of people killed is 86. That figure is different from what Amnesty International is quoted. Amnesty International is quoting 127. Are you concerned about the disparity in these figures?
Yeah, because my figures are coming straight from the community. As we are speaking, I'm speaking directly with the families of those victims of the incident. As a government, like I said, as of today, we have direct contact with the families. So I'm not here to argue on the basis of numbers. My concern as the governor, I have a responsibility to protect the lives and properties of the people of Kaduna State. And I don't think there's anyone who should be more concerned than myself. And that is the reason why when the incident happened, I was at the forefront of insisting that the families must be compensated, that investigation must be initiated, and that the whole community must be rebuilt. And of course, the army in particular came out openly and took full responsibility. And probably this is the first time the army came out to take full responsibility. Indeed. Because we've been active in Kaduna. And of course, that is the reason why I know every life matters. We'll continue to look at the situation and also relate with the families. But as a governor, I can tell you I have direct contact with the family. And today, in the government house, Kaduna, when Mr. Vice President came with also a high-powered delegation from the federal government, together with the Speaker of the House of Reps and the Minister of Defense, as well as the chairman of the party, we sat down with the religious leaders, with the community leaders, with members of some of the members of the families of those that were affected. So I listened to them carefully. I have the contact with them. I went to the hospital, like I said. I have the record, and I've even seen families that lost their loved ones completely. Right. The father and the mother died. So we have, I don't want to politicize the issue. My concern is how do we end this tragedy?
Talking about how to end this, Governor Sani, you yourself have also ordered an investigation into the incident. But some have said it's not enough for the military to own up to the killings, that they owe Nigerians an explanation as to what exactly happened. What do you make of the need for the outcome of this investigation to be declassified? And are you promising to make your findings public?
I think I will rely on Mr. President's explanation, because I called him and he assured me that he will follow up and ensure that the committee come out with findings that whoever is involved directly that caused this unfortunate incident, those culpable will be dealt with. And that means he's going to take a decisive action to show an example so that we can stop this incident happening again. Because look, the last report I saw, not even before your report, even last week, just when something happened, we look at the incidents, we look at what happened in the past. I realized that similar things happens, but nobody actually initiated any investigation. The Army or the Air Force did not come out openly and take the responsibility. But this time around, it's the way forward, but not what we really want. What we want is a thorough investigation so that whoever is involved, the government must come out decisively and take an action so that this incident will stop. And the only way to do that is to ensure that we have an investigation as soon as possible. And Mr. President assured me he will try to ensure that this investigation ends within time frame so that we can be able to have reports and action must be taken. And I'm happy the communities in Kaduna, those even that are affected, are calm because they believe in our government. They believe that we are going to lead them, and we make sure that justice is done at the end of the day. So I have a responsibility as a governor to lead this and ensure that justice is done at the end of the day.
Quickly, Governor Sani, you have talked about compensation and the promises made by the federal government to rebuild the community. In 1 minute, share with us what the state government is doing as we speak to provide some level of succor to the victims of this accident.
Okay, thank you very much. That is the reason why, like I say, you can see some level of calmness, and the community is not really in distress, because when the incident happened, as a governor, I put in a committee. We have been able to provide the community with palliatives. As we are speaking, they are not liking anything. We have given them enough palliatives and will continue to give them. Those in the hospital, State government have been taking care of them. Those that need operations, they are in the theater as we are speaking. And I'm happy those operated, about 3 or 4 of them are recovering very well, because we are paying for everything. We are taking care of them. So we're giving them a lot of support, and we'll continue to give them support. Like I said, State government, we believe it's our responsibility to look after our people, particularly those that are vulnerable and those that are underserved and poor. And for me, it is one of the most important area we are concerned about. And because of that, we are doing everything to ensure that we provide them what they need. And we are talking to them closely. The community leaders, the traditional leaders, religious leaders are working closely with the government. Today, when the vice president came in with the delegation, we were able to bring all the leaders together, and they sat down with the vice president and the delegation. They were happy and with the way the State government have been extremely proactive in handling the situation. So I can assure you, even those that lost their parents entirely, those are the young ones, the State government have taken it upon themselves, to make sure that we look after them. But what I'm saying in essence is, in terms of compensation, in terms of building the community, in terms of ensuring that justice is done, we'll continue to fight until...
All right, Your Excellency. That's how much time can permit us. Kaduna State Governor Sani, thank you for talking to us on the news tonight.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.